Good evening, my YouTube family, and happy Halloween to everyone. It is a chilly evening here on the East Coast. The wind is cranking, the leaves are blowing. I'm pretty sure Patty and Mary and Barbara and Cheryl and Margot are gonna have no problem cruising along their brooms tonight. All kidding aside, I hope everyone's had a wonderful evening, depending on where you live, on what coast you are, depending on the time zone you're in. You may be not ready to start trick-or-treating yet, or maybe you're like full on, or maybe you're not doing anything at all but staying at home and having all the little trick-or-treaters come to you. I got a big bowl of candy out on my front porch. My pumpkin is all lit up, and the BF is in the kitchen making lots of noise. So if you hear some background noise, it's because of him. I have got a brand new Dollar Tree haul to share with all of you. I've got my very first cup of coffee of the day. Yeah, usually I try to get some coffee in the morning. That doesn't always happen. So I usually try to get at least one cup in or I'm just not myself. Alrighty, so every single item in this video came in at $150 and under. More like around the 150 zone. It is what it is. But still, we're not in any higher zone. Let me just double check here. No, every single item $150 and under. I'm not going to go through each one independently because that just gets a little bit chaotic. So we're just going to say 150 and stay with that. If it happens to be 125, woohoo! Alrighty, Miss Cheryl sent me a picture today of her Halloween costume, and she is just too cute. Absolutely adorable. If she gives me the okay, which I believe she did last year, if she gives me the okay, I'll put it up on my community page for all you guys to check out as well. So it's me time with all of you, and we're going to get into this Dollar Tree haul. So I have some random things here to share with you. Only just a couple Christmas items, but that's going to be at the very, very end, and it's just some kind of like wrapping stuff I want to share with you all. But I'm going to start off. I went kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in this aisle because they have been bringing in so many cute hair ribbons and bows and just all kinds of cool stuff. Well, this company is called Enchant Accessories. And I got to tell you, you know, if you're doing a bridal shower or any type of wedding or, I don't know, these could be used for anything. They're beautiful hair accessories. Unfortunately, I know that my camera is not going to do these pieces justice. I'm not sure if you can tell. There's such a high gloss on these pieces. Do you see how the camera, the lights are grabbing all the different colors? They're gorgeous. They're actual claw clips, so you're going to get the design on the front and the back. They are so pretty. They had them in a couple different colors. They had them in this beautiful, like, it's like a purple orchidy kind of color. And then they had another one by the same company in the shape of a rose. This is gorgeous. Let me bring it in really close. Do you see what I'm talking about? How it's super, super shiny. The design again is on the front and the back. There is your big claw right there. Gorgeous pieces here. They also had a set in blue. There it is right there. I think this one is working well because the light is reflecting right along each little leaf right there. Ends up being really cool. Look at that right there. Love that color. They also had the rose to match. Aren't those beautiful? I mean, if you were doing like a wedding shower or a baby shower or something, you could take these off and put these clips on little gift bags or something. They're absolutely beautiful. You know darn well you're going to spend more than $1 and a coin for something like that at a regular store like Claire's or something. They had the rose in this beautiful pinky peach, which is gorgeous. And then last but not least, by that company Enchant, this one here, which is basically a very pretty white. But see how when I move it, how all the colors just bounce off of it? Very, very pretty. All right, where are my cowboys and my cowgirls? I know I got you guys here. Let me show you something. These are so cool. If you're a fan of cowboy attire and you're looking for something for someone's stocking stuffer, this is made by Madison Tyler. Now, I'm going to hold it like this, but then I'm going to go like this because it is indeed a cowboy hat. It is an actual claw clip. The cowboy hat is on the front and the back side of the clip. How cool is that? Now, when it was hanging up, I'm looking at it going, what the hell is that? Is it a kayak? What is it? And then it took me a minute to figure it out. They also had the cowboy hat for the ladies. Let me flip it over. There it is right there. Now, that is a cowboy hat. This one here doesn't come off like a cowboy hat like that one does. This one is so popular. The pink right now, the pink cowboy hats are in so much right now. Now, besides those, we had this pink hat, which I think is adorable. Love it, love it, love it. So you're probably saying, okay, so we have cowboy hats. What about cowboy boots? Well, they only had one style that I saw, and I snapped that sucker up real quick. Look at the boot. So here's your claw. Again, your boot is on the front and the back. Let me see if I can show it to you. It's kind of hard with the packaging, but there's the other side of the boot. Isn't that adorable? So if you got the boot and the cowboy hat, that is just so much fun right there. And they're going to fly because cowboy stuff seems to go very, very quickly. All right, 2 more claw clips I want to share with you. These are so cute. They're little animals. Oh, my goodness. So we got a little kitty. Do you see the little kitty and their tail? It's a claw clip. Again, the design is on the front and the back. Last but not least, in the hair clip department, I went a little cuckoo, but these are so cute. Look at the little puppy dog. Are these not fun? You could take them off the packaging, clip them on baskets, clip them, put them on stockings. So many different things you can do with them. All right, so let's go over to makeup and beauty. Found some cool stuff. I've been finding a lot of bonus size packages, a lot of 2 in the package instead of 1. Again, I just want to point out, sometimes these packages are hanging right next to each other. And yeah, we don't have to take much math to figure it out that the one that's got more in it, we're going to go for it. So I think I have found 4 different sets so far. I now finally found the Disney Stitch nail polish and lip balm. And they are scented. Stitch is so cute. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say that I've seen Stitch because I have not. But I've seen a lot of Stitch stuff, which makes me want to watch Stitch because the characters look absolutely adorable. All right. Also in the makeup aisle by Ioni. And this is a lip pencil. It is in the color True Brown. It is paraben-free, cruelty-free, and vegan-free. There it is right there. A nice fall color there because, my gosh, I still can't believe that tomorrow's November 1st. I'm just, like, blown away. All right, staying with the makeup section by Beauty Intuition. I got to tell you, they're pretty good with their packaging, I must admit. I've seen worse, I've seen better, but these guys are pretty good. This is a nail polish. The color is Romantic Red, and it is in the scent of strawberry. How cool is that? Now look at that packaging. Let me get the glare off for you. They have this little cutout right there where you can touch it. And it's kind of like a hard rubber. But it kind of looks cool. You know, I thought that was neat. They also had to match. Now this one is cherry scented. And this is a lip gloss. Let me get the glare off for you right there. There you go. And then they also had this, which Miss Judy, if you're watching, this is a lip oil, and this one is strawberry scented. And look at the top of that, would be perfect for Valentine's Day. Here we are. I'm talking on Halloween about Valentine's Day now. All right, and then last but not least, they had a 2-pack, and this one has cherry scented. It doesn't say flavored, it just says scented. Let me just double check. Yep, scented. And then they have one that's strawberry scented. So Miss Judy, if you're watching, you get a cherry and a strawberry in there. So, you know, if you know someone that likes cherry, you could always give that to them. Alrighty, we're going to stay in the makeup aisle for just another moment because they had, where are my new wipes? Oh, they had these in the makeup aisle. They probably were misplaced, but things happen. These are by BioPure. They're 70% isopropyl alcohol wipes. I mean, you're going to get 20, I almost said 30, but you're going to get 20 wipes in there, which I thought this was really cool. You get a cut or a boo-boo, you know, you've got an alcohol wipe there. I've got a nice cut on my finger right there that I did the other day. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to just get some alcohol on there and clean it. I ended up using hand sanitizer because that was the closest thing to alcohol I had at the time. But I got myself good and I thought, you know what? I wish I had something else. And then these came along. So I thought that was cool. Okay, now we're going to go over to basically some stores, not all, depending on what state you live in. Some stores have a little section that usually has a couple of cabinets lined up with racks, and they call them impulse sections. Just like when you go to the checkouts and they have candy and gum and flashlights and all kinds of gizmos and gadgets. It's there to grab your attention while you're waiting in line for the cashier. So the impulse products are usually like the fun stuff, meaning fun pens, pencils, stickers, markers, toys, all that kind of stuff that I usually go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Well, anyways, they had some new stuff up there. And so all these items came from what they say is the impulse section. Let's start off with some Disney stickers. And let's start off with Stitch. You get over 150 stickers. There they are. How cute are these guys? All right, so you're getting like a tremendous amount of stickers. Again, over 150. The first series you're getting looks kind of wonky because they're all together. So the first set is basically all puffy stickers, which are too cool for school. And then we have this one here that's like all glitterized. My word, glitterized. And then the next one here, you got all kinds of bling going on because they're holographic. And then last but not least, you have your regular, just old-fashioned glossy stickers. So we had Stitch. I also want to remind you again, official Disney because you got your Mickey Mouse ears on the back. And then we have, of course, we have Minnie Mouse. Again, over 150. I'm going to share these with you as well. First, we got all the big puffy ones. And then we go to our glitter. And then we go to our holographic. Get quite a few, actually. You can even tear these sheets out independently and then, you know, give a sheet to this one or a sheet to that one is cool as well. Last but not least, we have the Disney princesses. There they are. All of our pretty princesses. The very first sheet, once again, is going to be all puppies. There they are. Sorry about the glare. Then we're into our glitters. Look at all those. They're gorgeous. There's our holographic. And then our last one is just our regular classic. Very pretty though, and great for those stockings. All right, I also came across, and this is a repeat. I love these pens. They are just so cool. They're super, super squishy. I got an extra set of these because I don't know, I just love them. So I want to set like on my desk upstairs and down here. So I have them in both the places that I usually film because I'm big on my pens. I love my pens. And speaking of pens, these aren't pens. They're actually pencils. They're mechanical pencils, but they have the Novelty bears back. And you know what? They really do smell good. So we have the Cherry Bear. Again, these are mechanical pencils, not pens. They also have Blueberry. Aren't they adorable? Now, these are wrapped in plastic, so they're going to look a little wonky. But you know what? Let me just take one off the plastic so you can see the detail of the actual bear. I thought I was twisting it off, but I think I'm twisting it on. All right, here we go. So I want to show you. There's the actual bear. Isn't that cute? Look at his little butt. He's got a little tail right there. And they're like squishy. Wow, they are very potent though. Very, very potent. All right, I also found grape. And last but not least, we have green apple. So cute and perfect for someone who's a pen collector like me for a stocking or something like that. All right, they did get some new shoe charms in. You get 4 in a package here. These are cute. Basically, I see lots of people put them on bags. You can put them in all different kinds of places. You can do anything that you like with them, but I'd really love some of those french fries right now. Alrighty, they had another version, and this I think is going to fly. Look at that, because right now, besides the cowboy stuff, bows are in big time. Those are super cute. If you haven't seen the backside before, that's what they look like. They'll fit into your clogs, into your bags, anything that's got that type of a slot, like a bog bag or anything like that, those will fit. Alrighty. One other thing I want to share with you, and I think these are also going to fly off the shelves here. These are called, they were in these little plastic balls here. I've got some blue balls. All right, they are called glitter rubber duckies. Collect them all. I don't know how many different ones there are. Let me give you a version of what the packaging looks like. So it's like a little egg, but not egg shaped, but it's plastic, like a plastic Easter egg. And I got a couple of them. Let me see if I can get into this without my pair of scissors right here. Should have thought about that, Beth, before I got into it. All right, so bear with me a second. Let me see if I can get the plastic off of here. I might, really don't want to get up. Hey, Brian, can you do me a favor? Can you tear the plastic off those blue balls for me? Sorry about that, you guys. I got the BF working in the background because I can't get the plastic off, and I really want to share these with you. All right, so while I got him doing that for me, couple things that I found in the Christmas aisle. I get this every year because I take this decorative shred, and even though it's in like string length, what I do is I chop it up super, super fine. And I mix this with the white, like fake snow that you can get at Dollar Tree. And I mix that in with it. And it just gives it a little extra glow. Do you know what I mean by that? If you remember back in the day when we would do Christmas trees and it was a lot of like felt liners under the tree. And sometimes lights would get under there, like the Christmas lights, and it would just like glow. That's what it makes it look like to me, in my opinion. So I always make sure I get this iridescent blue every year. Then I picked up a bag of bows. A bag of bows. I don't use bows that much anymore because I like to do like ribbon. I like to string it out and make it all curly and fluffy. But occasionally I use my bows. And I mean, you get 30 in here. There was quite a few colors, you know, they're all right. They're not the best. By the time you pack them up and you ship them and Santa Claus gets them on his sleigh, you know. All right, so one other thing I'm going to show you in the Christmas, because Brian just rolled his blue balls back over to me. Oh my God, what a video this is going to be. All right, so I'm all about my gingerbread men this year, right? And I've been getting containers out and finding containers that have gingerbread on. Well, these I just found. I'm trying to get them apart because they're stuck together. Oh, these would be perfect for cookies, popcorn, Chex Mix. All right, here we go. Look at this. It's a gingerbread man. Now, these have red lids. Actually, you could get the red lid if you want to. They had I think it was a snowman, but I really didn't like it. It had a blue lid. So people were, you know, some people were mix matching them, and I was like, no, the red belongs with this one, I felt. So I went with the red because he's got red over here. So I did grab myself one of those. And then before I show you what's in the little balls here, the last Christmas item that I have to share with you, and these are the pop-up lollipops. I found them in the elf characters. So we have this little dude here and this little dude here. And then basically what you do is you hit these and your pops are right there. Now, these pops are replaceable. So if you are worried like, oh, when the lollipop's gone, the whole thing is kaput. No, 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 no. You can put another lollipop in there. It just pops right out. Super simple. All right. Here's the balls. Shall we check them out? So we opened 3. Now, hopefully, all right, much easier. That plastic was too, oh, I thought maybe like that was a package or something. Look at the duck. Oh my goodness. There is the first duck. There's nothing else in the egg. There's no, you're probably going, why is she sniffing the duck? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Sometimes when you get plastic toys from Dollar Tree, they smell. I don't want to be giving that to anybody, and I don't want it either. Oh my gosh, for those of you that are into Duck Duck Cheap, how about some of these for your stockings? Oh my gosh. So there's the first one. There's no name. Does it squeak? It kind of feels like it would make noise because it's squishy, but it's a thin plastic. Absolutely adorable. Let's see who else we got here. I got 2 more. All right, let's see. Let's see. Ooh, that's a pretty teal one. These are gonna freaking fly. So here's the green one. Here's the teal one. I have no clue how many different ones there are because I have another one over here that I didn't give Brian to open. It says collect them all, but it doesn't say how many there are. So I don't know. Let's open this last one together. Oh, we got another teal one, but hey, that's okay because you know what? I know lots of people that would absolutely love this for their vehicle or just love it all together. And I have so many extra toys, so I'll put them back in his little container, back in his egg. Boop. And I'll save that for someone else. Once again, my me time is over. Oh gosh. But I do have things to do and I'm still waiting for some more trick-or-treaters to come around. When I came home earlier, I said, I have a taste for some apple pie. Dutch apple pie. Got one on my counter cooling off because I made one when I came home. I can't wait to get into it. But I need to get myself some din-din. So everybody, thank you so much for your support and watching another long video. But you know what? Hey, happy Halloween to all of you. Miss Mia had her costume on. I gave you guys a picture and she wasn't real keen on it. But to be honest with you, I got her an extra large and it was still too small. She needs an extra large for next year. So this year's costume will be donated for somebody's other puppy. All right, everybody, a big hug from me to all of you. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, bye for now.